Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Bushcraft family, with another video. And this one is, a lot of talk has been going on here in the last few weeks. The subject has come up about firewood and stuff, what to burn in your house, meaning your fireplace or your wood stoves and stuff. And I thought I would break down some things, some no-nos not to do, and the reason why. Now, these are 10 things you should never burn in your house, fireplace and whatnot. And in a lot of cases, outside in a campfire situation that you would be cooking on or something like that. So, I thought I would make a list and share it with you. I'm sure there's somebody that this could be helpful for in the future or this year when it's nippy outside. Woohoo! Okay. Number one should kind of be obvious, but wet wood. Wet or unseasoned wood can contain up to 45% of water. When wood burns, it produces more smoke than, seasoned wood that's been setting for years and drying out. Which all that built up moisture can create a buildup of creosote in your chimney or pipes, whatever the case may be. So you got to make sure that your wood is is not wet. And there are meters, I forget what they're called, and they have two little prongs on it, and you kind of poke it onto the wood. You sit there and you figure out what moisture level of that log is. And if it's too much, it might be best to hold off on that wood wherever you may have got it, and try for some older wood that has been seasoned longer. Now, there's a lot of people that I've heard disposing of their Christmas trees, because some places will actually charge you to dispose of your Christmas tree. So there's a lot of people that burn these things. Yeah, it sounds like a good idea and everything, but not to mention it's not seasoned. It may look dead and everything, but it's not seasoned, meaning it hasn't aged to where all the moisture has dissipated from the wood. Not only that, it's an evergreen wood, which contains high levels of resin. So that's not good for your pipes and everything. Not to mention that stuff can pop, and if it's in a chimney or something, the resin popping and stuff, and it causes chimney fires, the pipes and all that stuff. The next one, number 3, is, you would think this would be pretty obvious, but painted timber, and this could be stained. All that stuff contains toxic chemicals that will release when it's being burnt. Coating your chimney walls or your stovetopes and stuff, and it can be very dangerous for those who are in your house. Our next one is any type of colored paper and stuff like this. And because all that stuff can create carcinage gases, I think is the word for that. All that stuff is like wrapping paper. I mean, a little bit is fine, but it's still, a lot of that stuff nowadays is made from, it could be really bad for your health. It's best to dispose them outside. If you have a burning barrel or something, just stay away from the toxic gases and fumes that may arise from that. But number 5. We're already on number 5. Plywood, particle board, what they call it, OSB, chipboard. All this will release more toxic fumes in your house. Not to mention your chimneys, your stovepipes. That stuff will stick on there, and every time it heats up, it'll dissipate throughout the house. Not a good thing. Number 6. Should be obvious again, but you never know. There are some people that have hard times starting their fires and whatnot, and they'll use, kerosene, gasoline, grill starters, lighter fluid, those things. Again, very bad for your chimneys, your stovepipes. It raises the temperature up so high that stuff can catch fire by itself. Number 7, plastics. Any type of plastic, whether it be bubble wrap, plastic cups, styrofoam plastic, the paper plates. Well, they're not paper, they're styrofoam now. All have sulfur dioxide, and there's heavy metals, and there's all kinds of stuff in there that is extremely bad for you and your chimney or stovepipes, or in your wood stove for that matter. Okay, now this one, there's a lot of controversy over this one because, these preppers, they like to use dryer lint to make fire starters and everything like this. Well, this number 8, dryer lint. It can release toxic chemicals into your house and up in your chimney or stovepipes. It depends what kind of stuff you're using to wash your clothes and dry your clothes. The little scented little things that you put in there to reduce static cleaning and all that stuff. Well, there's chemicals in that. Yes. That's why I try not to use those things for fire starters. Fire starters are one thing when you're trying to keep warm and stuff, emergency situation, but yeah, it's still not safe. It can release gases into your home, and that's not good. Number 9, again, cardboard can release toxic chemicals when burned, especially if it has anything printed on it, a printed logo, the tape that sometimes is saved in this. You have to be very careful what you use to start your fires and stuff. And number 10, many people might not know this, but or they're living in a part of the country they're just not going to have it. Driftwood, and this is driftwood that you find at oceans and beaches and things like that. Driftwood, even dried out, seasoned, or whatever you want to call it, is dried within salt, and salt can corrode your fireplace, your chimney, your wood stove. And wood stove being metal is not good to have salt within it. It's just not good. And a lot of times you don't know what is in said oceans or the sea, the Gulf, or the whatever. You don't know where that thing's been. So burning this that has been soaking in this water for who knows how long, and dried out, then burned into your homes, you don't know what's in that. So you have to be very careful. And I'll throw in some bonus here is a lot of people will buy or gather up these pallets and stuff. Well, some of these pallets or skids, wherever you want to call them, they sometimes haul radioactive materials and chemicals and who knows what that leak down onto those pallets. You're burning them in your house. You think you got some free wood, but you may be poisoning your family. So the moral of this story is make sure you know where your wood comes from. Be careful what you're burning in there. And I'm going to say it, always do some research. Always best to research what you're putting into your homes to heat your house. If you don't know, ask the person who you're getting your wood from, or if you have, what the trees are in your yard and you've cut them down and you're wondering if you can even burn them. Do research on the type of wood it is. Also, here's a good one that I just thought of, and it's a really good one. Sometimes when you cut trees down, they have vines that have grown onto said tree. A lot of those vines are poison ivy and poison oak. Putting that in there can irritate the eyes and break people out in very bad hives of, poison ivy and poison oak. So be careful. Again, watch what you're putting in that, bring it in your house. Until next time, like always, God bless.